News. Naval Region 5 works to maintain peace and stability in Quoc. And later on, government issues first resolution on socio-economic development in 2025. And in a world news, North Korea fires missile off eastern coast.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is now 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi and you're watching VTV News. I'm Phie with the latest updates. Now, State President Leung Keung on Tuesday morning visited Naval Region 5 Command and Armed Forces in Phu Quoc, Kiên Giang Province, commending their efforts in monitoring sea routes and islands and combating crime. The state president emphasized the importance of maintaining peace in Phu Quoc, the country's largest island, which holds a crucial position for economic, social, and national security interests. He urged forces to proactively address emerging issues, providing precise and timely recommendations for solutions and maintain stability in the region. State President Leung Keung also stressed the importance of preventing illegal fishing, developing the marine economy, and protecting maritime sovereignty. Prime Minister Phie chaired the 5th meeting of the Red River Delta Region Coordination Council on Tuesday morning. Now, praising the region's achievements in 2024, the Prime Minister emphasized that the region must achieve double-digit growth by 2025 to usher in a new era of national growth. He directed the region to maintain its focus on growth while removing institutional and policy barriers. The Prime Minister also called for implementing the new organizational apparatus in the first quarter, advancing Resolution 57's science and technology initiatives, and accelerating transport infrastructure projects. Prime Minister Phie and his spouse hosted a banquet for the diplomatic corps in Hanoi on Monday, extending warm wishes for the traditional Lunar New Year holiday. The Prime Minister expressed sincere gratitude to countries, international partners, ambassadors, and organizations for their trust and valuable support. As Vietnam enters 2025, it has established an ambitious growth target exceeding 8%, with plans to achieve double-digit growth in subsequent years. The nation remains committed to advancing peace, cooperation, and development. The Prime Minister pledged continued support to ambassadors and international organizations, ensuring Vietnam serves as their second home. Now, Prime Minister Phie has signed Resolution 01, the government's first resolution for 2025, which outlines key tasks and solutions for implementing the socio-economic development plan and state budget estimates. The government targets national GDP growth of at least 8% in 2025, which aims to reach double digits under favorable conditions. It has set GRDP growth targets of 8 to 10% for localities, with higher expectations for Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and other high-potential regions. Highlighting institutional reform as a fundamental factor for development, Resolution 01 emphasizes developing high-quality human resources, particularly in chips, semiconductors, and artificial intelligence. It also focuses on comprehensive cultural and social development, ensuring social security, addressing climate change and natural disasters, strengthening environmental protection, and promoting regional connectivity and effective planning. At the National Conference for Breakthroughs in Science, Technology, Innovation, and Digital Transformation on Monday morning, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that science and technology are pivotal to Vietnam's sustainable development. The partnership underscored the need to attract talent, particularly the Vietnamese academics abroad and international experts. Now, Resolution 57 in this context has sparked enthusiasms among overseas Vietnamese eager to contribute their expertise to foster science, technology, and innovation in Vietnam.
As a postdoctoral researcher at Monash University in Australia, Dr. Tâm collaborates with Vietnamese partners to develop energy-efficient equipment aligned to global emissions reduction. However, he notes that regulatory hurdles often delay project implementation. Resolution 57 allows professionals like him to anticipate more effectively.
In Australia, the review process for a research project can take up to 6 months or a year. However, once approved, scientists receiving research funding are encouraged to implement their work promptly with clear deadlines. I believe Vietnam could benefit from establishing similar mechanisms to facilitate cooperation and create research and development funds with countries that have strong science projects.
For many Vietnamese academics, Resolution 57, which focuses on attracting expertise, is a crucial step towards enhancing collaboration and contributions from Vietnamese overseas.
Resolution 57 demonstrates Vietnam's strong commitment to attracting talent. According to statistics, Vietnam ranks third globally after China and India in the number of expatriate experts in developed countries. If we can facilitate contributions from these experts, we can tap into a vast pool of knowledge.
Academics also envision greater investment in Vietnam's scientific infrastructure and technological tools, enabling researchers to transform their ideas into tangible outcomes.
I hope Vietnam will prioritize developing infrastructure and equipment for science and digital transformation. It would create an environment where researchers can turn their ideas into real products.
About 600,000 overseas academics are a vast resource. To harness this potential, stronger efforts are needed to connect and mobilize intellectual networks globally, reflecting the true spirit of Resolution 57.
We believe 2025 will be a year filled with dynamic activities to maximize these resources. By organizing conferences, seminars, and networking events, we aim to provide opportunities for overseas intellectuals to offer advice, initiate projects, and contribute to Vietnam's development.
Resolution 57 boldly paves the way for attracting talent and accelerating national innovation. Importantly, it emphasizes long-term investment in high-risk research. Foreign experts believe this aspect will drive future breakthroughs in domestic and international collaboration.
Vietnamese agricultural products now reach over 200 countries and territories worldwide. Success in these demanding markets requires producers to meet each importing country's strict standards. This market-driven approach has enabled Vietnamese goods to secure export clearance with ease.
On average, this company exports 30 tons of fresh lettuce each month to South Korea and Singapore. In addition to meeting global GAP standards, understanding the specific needs of each market has been key to successfully reaching customers.
Glass lettuce is highly favored by South Koreans. In Singapore, people prepare and consume salads immediately, so the leaves need to be soft and come in a variety of colors. Vietnamese producers must understand these demands.
Shipping lettuce to South Korea takes 15 to 20 days. Fresh produce exports face significant risks, as maintaining perfect product condition during transit is a major challenge.
By harvesting 1 or 2 days in advance, we ensure we have enough labor and technology to harvest within that time frame. It's crucial to be precise in every stage of production to optimize the process. A key concern for customers is checking for pesticide residue.
Each market has its own specific requirements and technical barriers. The role of state agencies is to understand these regulations and effectively communicate and guide businesses.
Understanding market demands has helped Lamdong's agricultural products gain international recognition. In 2024, the region's fruit and vegetable exports generated over $108 million, a 19.5% increase from the previous year.
Many businesses have adopted production and processing technology, recognizing that advanced processing is vital for improving the competitiveness and value of agricultural products. Statistics show that processing agricultural products increases their value by 20 to 30% on average.
This company, which provides processed fruits and vegetables to markets in South Korea and Hong Kong, China, has invested in European machinery that meets high CCP and FSSC standards.
To meet the requirements of each market, we comply with the food safety regulations of each country.
Lamdong Province is home to more than 2,000 enterprises and facilities dedicated to agricultural processing and preservation, with 68 export-focused supply chains. These manufacturers have implemented specialized quality management systems to serve different market segments.
We must improve quality, consistency, and traceability to prevent goods from other regions from entering.
To promote quality raw materials, post-harvest processing technology is key. We have prioritized investing in the processing industry, which, despite lacking large plants, still adds value to agricultural products.
Lamdong Province has 12 agricultural products in the global value chain, with 75% of its output being processed. To supply over 1 million tons of vegetables annually, producers have invested in technology and enhanced quality standards to meet international demand.
Now, before we move on to other important updates, let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate of today, January the 14th. Coming up next, soldiers welcome Tet early on southwestern Vietnamese islands. And Vietnam listed among top 10 family travel destinations. Welcome back to VTV News. As the Lunar New Year approaches, Naval Region 5 Command's ships deliver Tet gifts to remote islands, bringing the spirit of spring to officers, soldiers, and residents. Along with the gifts, the ships carry people's heartfelt gratitude for those guarding the sea and islands. More to follow.
2 ships from Naval Region 5 arrived at the Southwest Islands with 220 gifts and over 200 delegates. The officers and soldiers, united in their mission to protect the fatherland's sea and airspace, were inspired by the mainland's warmth as Tet approached.
I can feel the Tet atmosphere. It feels like I'm at home.
For over 10 years, Naval Region 5 has organized these special deliveries, with more than 210 delegations and over 3,500 delegates visiting the Southwest Islands to deliver gifts and support officers, soldiers, and locals.
This meaningful activity supports and encourages the officers, soldiers, and residents living on the islands and at sea.
Despite hardships and longing for the mainland, the officers and soldiers stay resolute, finding true joy in protecting the fatherland's seas and islands.
Now, Da Nang will spend more than 339,000 US dollar or 10 billion Vietnamese dong to support poor households and people facing hardship. The city's Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee has already distributed over 20,000 gifts through the Homeland Spring program. The city's For the Poor Fund has also sent delegations to visit and share Lunar New Year wishes with disadvantaged residents. They have distributed hundreds of gifts and provided train and bus tickets to help workers return home for Tết. Now, despite ongoing challenges, local authorities have mobilized resources to help low-income and near-poor house families to secure new homes before the Lunar New Year. The goal is for all families to move into their new homes by the 20th of this month.
After years in a dilapidated wooden house, Huyen's greatest joy is having a new home before Tết. Beyond providing sturdy shelter and a proper worship space, it offers a spacious gathering place where her children can celebrate the holiday together.
I am very grateful to the party and state for helping me build such a spacious house. I am very happy.
We currently have 363 homes that will be completed before date, so that the families can celebrate the holiday joyfully and with excitement.
In Bắc Quang District, 120 poor households will receive new homes to celebrate Tết. Ma Văn Kim, who suffered a stroke and lives alone while his 2 children are far away, can only express his gratitude. This Tết, he will welcome the new year in a secure home, sheltered from the elements.
I'm thankful to the authorities for helping those in difficult circumstances to have a warm, happy Tết.
We are committed to supporting people, ensuring that the homes are of good quality and built safely. We aim to complete these houses by April 30th, 2025.
Across various regions, approximately 12,800 temporary and dilapidated homes are undergoing construction or repairs. These improvements will provide nearly 13,000 poor and near-poor households with new homes for Tết. This initiative reflects the party, government, and state's commitment to social welfare, ensuring vulnerable families have stable, comfortable homes for the Lunar New Year celebration.
The Vietnamese embassy in Sweden and Latvia on Saturday organized a Homeland Spring 2025 theme get-together in Stockholm for the upcoming Lunar New Year, which falls later this month. Speaking at the event, the Vietnamese ambassador to Sweden and Latvia, Trần Văn Tuấn, affirmed his commitment to enhancing Vietnam-Sweden relations in various sectors, including exploring the potential for upgrading the partnership between the two countries. The Vietnamese ambassador also praised the contributions of over 22,000 Vietnamese expatriates in Sweden and Latvia to Vietnam and their host countries in various fields, particularly in knowledge, trade, and investment. Vietnam has been named one of the top 10 family travel destinations this year by the renowned American magazine National Geographic. The country stands out as an ideal destination for families seeking a relaxed journey to experience and learn about local culture. National Geographic's recommended Vietnam itinerary spans 16 days, starting in Hanoi, continuing to Ha Long Bay via cruise, and extending to historic sites like Phie. The magazine's other top recommendations include bicycle tours through Merjakan village and treasure hunting in Egypt. Despite the freezing weather, many tourists are flocking to the Đồng Văn Stone Plateau in Hà Giang province. The area's majestic landscapes and unique ethnic culture draw visitors, who are now also treated to brilliant cherry blossoms blooming along the road.
Cherry blossoms in full bloom captivate visitors to Malay and Lũng Cú communes in Đồng Văn district. The pride flowers stand out against the cold of early spring, attracting many tourists.
The first flowers of the new year mark a fresh start. As the cold withers the landscape, the vibrant blooms bring beauty to the Đồng Văn Stone Plateau.
The vibrant flowers showcase the harmony between nature's beauty and local culture, reflecting both the pristine landscape and warm hospitality of its people. Visitors feel a deep connection to the place as they explore and take photos.
I find this flower beautiful, and the spring atmosphere feels joyful and uplifting.
I also hope to have many more opportunities to visit Hazong at different times of the year to experience its other features.
The flowering trees set against the plateau's rocky backdrop create a stunning setting for early spring photos, reminding visitors that the stone plateau is far more than just a barren landscape. It's a place teeming with vibrant energy.
Coming up next in our world news, North Korea fires missile off eastern coast. And a digital guide dog enables blind people to navigate as well as the sighted. Now, North Korea fired an unidentified missile off its east coast on Tuesday, South Korea's military said. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff detected the launch at 9:30 a.m. local time from the Yanggi area in North Korea's Jagang province. Officials are currently analyzing the incident. This launch follows North Korea's claim of testing a new intermediate-range hypersonic ballistic missile a week ago, which was its first missile test since November the 5th. The launch comes days before U.S. President-elect Donald Trump returns to office. South Korea's Constitutional Court held its first formal hearing on Tuesday regarding the impeachment of President Yoon Suk-yeol. The case centers on his imposition of martial law on December the 3rd of last year, which triggered the country's worst political crisis in decades. Currently suspended from office, President Yoon will not attend the hearing, citing personal safety concerns, while investigators seek his arrest in connection with the martial law declaration. The next hearing is scheduled for Thursday. Under the law, the court may proceed without Yoon if he fails to appear again. The Constitutional Court must decide within 180 days whether to remove President Yoon from office permanently or reinstate his presidential powers. At least 100 people have died after being trapped underground for months in an abandoned South African gold mine where they were mining illegally. The mine, one of the country's deepest at 2.5 kilometers, consists of a complex maze of tunnels. The rescue operation has been underway since last Friday. Rescue teams have recovered 18 bodies and saved 26 miners, but reports indicate that approximately 500 miners remain trapped in various parts of the mine. Illegal gold mining is common in parts of South Africa. 2 months ago, police confronted miners at this site and attempted to remove them, but many refused to leave, fearing arrest. A handheld device that changes shape to indicate direction has allowed blind people to locate targets just as effectively as sighted people in a new trial, according to Imperial College London researchers. More on this to follow.
Researchers call this device a smart guide dog. It's called Shape, and it's designed to help direct blind people to their target location.
You know, you can't tell your guide dog, take me to the new coffee shop that's just opened on Tottenham Court Road, you know, but you can tell this device and it will guide you there using a combination of different sensors and this kind of, you know, quite unique haptic feedback, touch-based feedback.
Shape looks like a torch, which bends to indicate where a person needs to move. It straightens out when the user is facing the correct direction. The prototype, developed by MakeSense, uses small electric motors to change its shape. It will eventually incorporate a range of digital products and sensors, including maps and navigation tools.
people are really good at recognizing shapes with their hands. We do it all the time, every time we reach in our pocket for our keys or grab a door handle, and this device tries to exploit that. It tries to basically leverage the fact that we can recognize shapes by making a device whose shape can change. And by doing that, we make a system that you don't need any training on how to use it. It's just very intuitive.
In a study published in Nature Scientific Reports, Spear's team compared the results of 10 participants with visual impairment and 10 sighted participants, testing their ability to locate 60 targets as quickly as possible in a controlled indoor environment, measuring the time taken and the efficiency in locating them. The trial found that there was no significant difference in the performance between visually impaired participants using shape and sighted participants using only natural vision.
The remarkable thing is after each person did 60 targets, found 60 targets, we did a statistical comparison and found that there was no difference between the abilities of the sighted people with natural vision and the visually impaired people using our shape-changing device.
Spear says his hope is to revolutionize navigation for the blind and visually impaired using haptic technology.
Now up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.